Hacia el sur hay una ciudad llena de tanta soledad, cielo azul y verdosidad.
It feels like you're all pumped up, you know, and that's what keeps me. It's like it drives my whole system. I mean, it's like I miss that. I think if I would not perform, I mean, my life would be so miserable, and but that's what I need. For me to keep my I can say my life. I mean, going. I mean, that's what drives my whole. I mean, living, if I should say something like that, but it feels like it's like an addiction for me. I mean, it's performing. I'm so addicted to performing that if I don't perform, it's like I'm missing something. You know, I miss a great deal of my life. That's what performing for me is.
Well, it depends on how is the performance. Sometimes the performance is not that good and you feel really bad. But when everything is going on well, you have a really good production in the band, and the band is sounding good, and everything is like all the stars are aligned. It feels really good. You know, you feel very energetic inside, with a lot of passion at the same time. And sometimes you get out of your you know, like you are in another place in that moment, because it's like being in an astral situation.
It's a really cool feeling. It's like somebody's putting a needle between your arms and injecting you some kind of virus, and you feel something really cool inside you. You have to, I cannot explain it, you have to feel it yourself.
It's a rush. It's like the calm before the storm. It's like not many people really realize what goes on behind the scenes. There's a lot of people, from the lighting technicians, sound technicians, people who run the power, people who set up the merchandising, people who set up the catering, people who drive to make sure the people get there, the people who organize things backstage, and there's a lot of selfless, thankless jobs that people do. But once the lights go down on stage and you're back there and you hear the crowd start to rumble, and then you know that you're about to go and do just the most awesome job possible. As I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it right now.
That's a tricky question, because it can be anything. It depends on what really hit me. It can be a movie, it can be a book, it can be a situation that I can pass through, you know, that what happens always with a personal relationship. Also can be a story about another relationship that you are really not involved. So you are the third guy that have the outside view, and like maybe seeing a documentary about people in situations that you will never pass through. So that also kind of really interests me. I really like situations that maybe I can't pass through those, but it really gives me something to talk about.
Everything, life. I mean, whatever situation you come across with, feeling, you know, whatever mood you're going through, whatever. I mean, you live in a special situation in your life. You know, what you see around your neighborhood, or maybe politics, maybe immigration, and maybe poverty. You see kids, you know, that don't have even a bread in a day, or every time when I go to South America, or even to my country.
What I'm feeling inspires me. If I'm sad, I'm gonna write a ballad. If I'm happy, I'm gonna write a polka. If I'm depressed, I'm gonna write a salsa.
It could be a cloudy day, it could be a cloudless day, it could be hearing a piece of machinery out in the distance, it could be just the turning off the radio in the car and just listening to the hum of the engine. It could be a baby crying. It could be somebody saying a sweet word to somebody else. It could be saying an angry word to somebody else. It could just be just in a quiet room and listening to your own heartbeat. It's just a very spiritual thing to be able to be on this planet, because we all don't really know why we're here, but I feel very humbled that I can wake up every day and have the opportunity to make, you know, as best music as I possibly can, and hopefully somebody else will hear it, and if that lifts somebody up, then I fulfill the purpose.
The need to keep my music alive, you know, I'm writing music all the time, and I had this problem with the previous band, Autocontrol, and which I was really mainly, relying on the singer, on the singer of the band. I was just composing the guitar player of the Autocontrol. And I couldn't hold myself just waiting, you know, whenever the Autocontrol singer was available. I couldn't wait that, so I said, let me just be myself, sing my own songs, and create a new band. So that's basically what trying to be myself, you know, trying to be me, to get the music out, you know, get the musicians that I really will identify with the music, and which they are now, you know, Darko, Vito, Carlitos, you know, they all feel the same way, you know, I feel when we perform the music, when we deliver the song to the public. So that's what made possible. Publicity is usually now music has become a business. Now, if you don't have the capital, the money, you know, I mean, to run a business, then it's like you're in business, but you're not in business. So, of course, I mean, record companies, they promise you publicity, they promise you promotions, promotional tours and all that, but sometimes business it doesn't go the way it's supposed to, and of course, I mean, you feel, sometimes you feel depressed, you feel frustrated, but we are artists. I mean, we're musicians, so we have to keep, I mean, the light alive. You know, we have to keep it going. We cannot just stop because we have, I mean, no publicity. We're just doing what we do.
You deserve. I mean, this is what you feel you've strived for your whole life. You want to go out there, and it's about pride. It's the thing that makes you go out there and do it. This is your product. You're selling yourself. So basically, you're going out there and you're trying to show the best side of you. And when you try to show the best side of you and people don't pay attention, it's just like you're walking down the street and people will bump into you like you weren't even there. And that frustrates you. Sometimes it makes you a little sad, makes you a little depressed, and a lot of people have different extremes to it. And to be very honest, it's very frustrating, because this is what you want to do. So when you have something that's a part of you, you're wearing your heart out on your sleeve, and people are just kind of ignoring it. It's never a great feeling.
The little musician that sometimes doesn't want to see the reality, the one that is the little musician that you have inside that keeps you moving because he doesn't want to see the bad things on the business music. So it kills sometimes that little person that is inside you. The good thing is that person heals really quick.
It sucks because you are putting too much effort into the band, or sometimes you make your own publicity and people don't want to support you. So sometimes for some musicians, they think, why I'm doing this if I'm not getting publicity, I'm not getting this. I tell you, I do it because I feel like doing it and I like to do it. But yeah, it really sucks when you have the publicity you deserve. I do think so, because we put a lot of effort and we're recording a new CD. It's supposed to be top secret, but we're recording a new CD. So yeah, we're going somewhere.
Is the band, how you say this, applies another kind of, how you say this, approach to their music, another, it like tries to be more in, how you say this, in harmony with what's happening right now in the Latin American war of the United States. That's another story, because we have, how you say this, talent.
But mainly, the reason why the band hasn't gone anywhere yet is because, you know, we had a record deal with a company, and they didn't deliver what they were supposed to. I mean, the record label promised us a promotional tour, a lot of publicity, promo tours to LA, Puerto Rico, Miami, and then everything collapsed.
Current direction, it's probably not going to go as far as possible. There's a lot of things, and we all know what those things are behind the scenes, and it's everything from, you know, a lot of people know that management is very important, where, you know, when we try to get our own gigs, it's very difficult because when we're trying to do it, everybody else is trying to do it. And managers usually wind up working for an artist or a group while the artist sleeps. This way they can put out the best project possible. You know, you have to have somebody out there moving you while you sleep, is basically the thing. 24/7 while you go out and sell yourself.
Ahora me tocó llorar. Tú me dices que te marchas, que lo nuestro se acabó. Y ahora te vas, ¿qué voy a hacer? No me abandones. Si tú te vas, ¿qué voy a hacer?
It is worth it because we've rehearsed too much. The headaches are worth it. The blisters in the hands are worth it. Because after all, we have a whole concept. After all, we have a band that goes on stage and drives people nuts.
Yes, because it's worth. I mean, every minute we spend, every show we do, because we learn through we go. You know, through experiences we learn. We learn the business of you know, the industry. We learn. I mean, how to perform better. We learn how to make better songs, or how to arrange them better. So I think it's worth the whole trip, and I know in the end it will pay off. You know. But basically, I mean, we're happy we do our own thing. You know, it's telling us what we should do, how we should do it. You know, we're doing whatever we feel. And I think that's what we do.
Because I found my best friends here in the United States being with them. So it's worth it because just that. Everything else is like, we never know. The future is not done. You know, you never know what's going to happen in the next day.
Absolutely. A lot of people would say no, a lot of people would quit, a lot of people would give up, and it really shows the type of person you are. It's the makeup of the person you are. This business, along with anything else in life, is going to test your mettle. It's going to see what you're made of. And there's a lot of people who are even not, they claim to be experts, they're not really experts, they have no musical knowledge whatsoever, yet they govern whether or not you make any money or you have any success. So once you start realizing that there's a formula to it and you start working it out, then you'll start to be a little bit more successful. But for me, every day I wake up, there have been other things that I've done in my life, and this is something that I know that courses through me. So if I was to give it up, I'd be worthless. So I make it worth every day that I struggle, because you know what? When you can live every day doing something that you love to do, it doesn't become a struggle anymore.
As long as I'm doing good. I'm trying to, let's say, expand my boundaries in the music. Trying to work with different kind of musicians, different kind of music, and different projects, and developing more and more, and basically just discovering myself with each day as a musician.
Well, we all know that we have no idea where the future is going to take us. As for me, this is my calling, I feel. Like, there's a lot of people who feel that there's a spiritual path, there's a path of enlightenment that everybody has to find. And as far as I'm concerned, I found it, and it's being involved with music and being involved in entertainment, no matter what it is in any facet. I mean, I want to look as optimistically as possible. I want to be able to say that, I'm going to be able to get some of my stuff, some of my tracks, some of my music out there, and collaborate with others. Hopefully they'll be able to reach somebody as well. That's my ultimate goal, is to be able to reach someone and to help them through a troubled time.
Well, for myself, it'll be, that the band comes out and start performing as we would like to perform as a band. My goals is the band goal, so I like to see the band going. Doing arenas, getting more, getting on music, getting to know better, but all audiences, not only Latino or Peruvian, all audiences. American audiences, European. We're planning to go to also South America. So there's a lot of things to do.
For me, in the future, I'm planning to first be the best drummer on earth, second rule the world, then put my own Chinese food chain, and after that, I don't know.
Desde muy lejos llegamos aquí, cruzando fronteras. No hay nada que impida que la caravana de violín llegue a Washington. Yeah. Somos Suramérica y Caribe. Somos Centroamérica y México. Somos latinos, somos hermanos, un solo idioma y una bandera y un solo Dios. Vertigo.
Hacia el sur hay una ciudad llena de tanta soledad.